Welcome back to our pregame show. The Oskaloosa Indians take on Harlan tonight. Opening round of the Class 3A football playoffs in Iowa. Coach Jake Jenkins joins me now, and this is where you guys wanted to be. You talked about this weeks and weeks ago.
Absolutely. We started talking about it actually after the Xavier game last year, our playoff game. We went in and we said, guys, we played a really good team tonight. If we don't want to be in this position, we need to win our district and have a home playoff game. And so that starts right now, and it goes into the offseason with the weight room. And so fortunately, we did that. And so we're excited to have, a home field advantage the first round with our home crowd. We're very excited to be here.
And you were able to wrap that up courtesy of a big win at South Tama last week. Another big day for Cole Henry, 8 of 9 passing. He only played the first half, 4 touchdowns, and now he's got records for single-season completions, yards, percentage, and touchdowns.
Absolutely. You look at the stats and you look at the receiving yards and think, you go, well, there wasn't a lot of yards. And you go, you say he was like 8 for 9 or whatever. And then you go with 4 touchdowns. Oh, my goodness. And so, yeah, he did well. He executed, and he's a competitor. He wanted to stay in longer. It's just the nature of the game. And then he's the first guy out there cheering those guys on, though, when we have the sophomores in and we have other JV guys in, building the program for the next few years.
And the first quarter, you built a big lead thanks to a couple of things on defense. Casey Hill not only 116 yards rushing and a touchdown, but he also blocked a punt that Walker Newman recovered for a score.
Yeah, he pushed the guy right back into it. We went after it because they were hesitating to let their guys get downfield, so we decided to go after one and block one. And Casey did a good job driving him back. Couldn't tell if it was the guy that he drove back into it or Casey's helmet. But either way, he was using his head, and he was getting the game. And then, Kraber picked it up at first as he got hit, and then he coughed it up so that Newman could score. I said, Kraber, you're just being a good teammate giving that to Walker like that. But it was a good play.
Mm-hmm. And also later on we saw the value of the tip drill that the defensive backs go through in action as Rashawn Bryce caught a ball that was tipped by one of his teammates, and then Rashawn returned it for a touchdown.
Yeah, Rashawn's he has some shake and bake to him. He's a good running back too. So when he had it tipped to him and he caught it, he just took off like he does all the time in practice. He's a tough guy to take down. I mean, he really is. Our guys struggle with it. So very good athlete, very, very good play. It's an athletic play, and there's a great return.
And you also faced some fake punts, about 3 of them, I think, on their part, and I think they only converted 1 first down out of those.
Yep, and the first one I think he just kind of rolled out, and then we didn't rush because we were sticking, and he just kind of threw it late, and they were really short. A couple of the other ones were good plays, and so we were yelling out fake, and we need to get ready for that as well. And so we planned for it and prepped for it, and then they converted one on us, so you got to give them credit for that one.
And then you mentioned other guys getting a chance to play in the second half. Leland Evans ran for a couple of fourth-quarter touchdowns, and then also Owen Gordon had a fumble recovery that Taylor Charbonneau forced.
Absolutely. You're so excited when you get to see those guys in, but not just be in, but then execute. And so our offense executed and scored 2 touchdowns, and that was our JV offense. And you had Cooper Spry out there. He's really close to scoring a touchdown, which would have been awesome for him too. And then Dalton Ames was out there, and he had a bunch of great blocks, stock blocking on the edge. And you have Holmberg out there as well. So a lot of the skill guys doing a great job with Andrew Ellis under center. So, yeah, very happy to see those guys making some big plays.
Now you take on a Harlan team which has some history with Oskaloosa, I understand. 1983 state championship game, Harlan beating the Indians that year, and it's not the first state championship that those guys have won.
No, they're used to making long runs. They have a rich tradition in football. Coach Blatt's done a wonderful job. I think he's over 400 victories as a coach. I can't even fathom that number. It's unbelievable. So he's I believe the second winningest coach in the state of Iowa, and probably will be the first if he sticks around and keeps coaching like he has been for so long. So yes, a very rich and tradition program. They're going to be ready to play, and they're used to being in the playoffs. And I think it's a really good matchup for us, and it's a really good challenge for us. And we're excited that we have them at home, and we have a chance to knock off a program like Harlan. So we're excited for the opportunity.
It's a little hard to get a read on them, or else it just shows how well they're able to adapt. Last year they had a kid rush for over 2,000 yards. This year they've got a kid who's passed for over 2,000 yards, and numbers better than Cole's, if you can believe that.
They find a way to win. They're playing different teams, so it'd be fun to see a team from that side of the state. But yeah, he's a good athlete, a quarterback, and he throws the ball all over the place, and they have really good wide receivers that are out there. It's not just 1 or 2 guys. You got to key them all. So you got to be on your A game, and you got to play your best football in Week 10, and that's what we're focusing on moving forward this week.
You had mentioned to some of the other media that the kids are becoming students of the game. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, they're very cerebral players, and so when Coach Dowd has our offense out there and he has the scout D go out, we're not just talking line up here, line up there. We're talking you're going to be in nickel cover 8, and when they apex the outside guy, and when he goes in motion, you're going to go backside and you're going to go back into the box. And a lot of this terminology that was just completely foreign. It's like a different language, but they're speaking it fluently, and they know the kind of looks we need to get if we're going to get better on offense and defense. And our starters as well as our scout team have filled those roles admirably. I'm just amazed with how well their knowledge of the game is. And so out of all my years coaching high school football, by far this is the most cerebral team that we've had at this point.
And another nice thing about getting into the playoffs is that the kids, the 10th graders, the JV kids, and the freshman kids get more time to practice and work on stuff.
That's right, and we brought up 5 freshmen, and that's kind of a program thing, building the program. We want them to see what it's like, and we want the seniors to lead the way and show them, how we prepare for a game, how we prepare for the playoffs. So we brought up 5 freshmen, and they've been doing a great job, just kind of seeing how things go and seeing how different things are when you get up to the varsity level.
What will be the important things tonight against Harlan?
We want to be the most physical team on the field. And I know Harlan traditionally is very physical up front. I think we need to win the line of scrimmage. We need to be more physical. We need to limit mistakes, and we need to respond to adversity.
All right, best of luck.
Thank you very much.
That's Coach Jake Jenkins, coach of the Oskaloosa Indians. We'll be back with the starting lineups. Oskaloosa taking on Harlan, round 1 of the Class 3A playoffs. We'll be back in 3 minutes on the No Coast Network.